On this episode, join Andy, Dean, Jeremy, and legendary Gary B on their journey home from Rockstar Pro's Vision 2020 in Dayton, Ohio. Welcome to the road home from wrestling.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors, and it's the only way I live in cars.
All right, well, we're headed home from another week at Rockstar Pro. What the hell? My name's Andy, coming to you live to tape from the road home from Wrestling World Mobile Headquarters of the world. And I got Dean in the front seat. What up, Dean?
What's up, guys? We should have gone on Wednesday just so I could have hit the Wednesday night out.
It's been a while. It's been a
a
while.
very long time since we went to an amp.
That's pretty awesome, man. Well, we got a newcomer to the podcast, not a newcomer to wrestling. This guy's seen a couple shows here and there. Jeremy's in the backseat. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. That was a good show.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah,
All right. Now, you've been to many wrestling shows, is that correct?
just a couple.
How many did you go to last year?
98.
98. You beat me by like 20. You know? Son of a bitch. I was so pissed. I was like watching your Facebook like, I'm going to fucking beat Jeremy. I'm going to go to some bullshit-ass shows just so I can beat Jeremy. And I went to the bullshit-ass shows. I still didn't beat you.
I didn't go to any bullshit out shows. They were all great.
That's not what you said on the way up. So,
Yeah.
so what's the goal for this year? How many shows?
My goal is 75. If I do more than that, that's gravy.
Okay, awesome. And that's everybody we got tonight. Nobody else is in the back seat except for legendary Gary B.
Yeah!
What's up, Gary?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh my God, what are you doing here?
Hey, man, it's been a while. I wanted to come and hang out with my friends, come out and watch wrestling. You know, I heard the BMA was in action, and you know when I hear BMA's in action, I tend to come and support.
Wow. Well, Gary, this is your first time at the new venue, a.k.a. the current venue of Rockstar Pro Wrestling. What'd you think? Don't hold back. Tell us what you thought.
Honestly, I really wasn't sure what to think going in, because I had heard, a few things. I had read a few things. I like the old venue.
Cool. Okay.
I think the old venue it spoke wrestling, if you will. Like, it just said wrestling, I don't know how to describe it other than it felt right. This place doesn't have that same feeling, but I think I can dig what they got going on here. I like it. It's just a little bit more, I don't know, cozy.
Okay. It's a little smaller, right? Is that kind of what you're trying to say? Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm happy to have you. Dean, are you happy to have Gary?
I'm always happy to have you.
Jeremy, it's your first experience being around Gary. What are your thoughts on Gary?
Thumbs up.
Don't hang back.
I can't do a thumbs up and you can't see it.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Sounds good. All
Thumbs down.
right. Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
All right. So, Dean, tell us what was this all about tonight? What was this show called? What are we doing here?
Well, a couple things kind of got sprinkled in and added to this show. Initially, the message I got from Andy wanting to come was to see David Starr against Aaron Williams.
That was the original idea. Yeah, we
And
really
then
want to see that.
They added the bad dudes going up against DD Trash for the titles. So that added to it. We wanted to come see it. Then they added a Gem City Rumble that kind of got tweaked a bit, but they kept adding to the show. Some things got taken away from us, but it became a show that we were all looking forward to coming out and seeing.
That's right. Yeah, and Jeremy, you mentioned that you really like Rumble matches, so you wanted to see that. That's one of the reasons you wanted to come up. We always love Rumble matches as well. I mean, we'll talk about one here in a second, but why do you like Rumble matches, Jeremy?
I just like the element of surprise of you never know who's going to come out, what matchups you're going to see in the ring. It's not so, it's not structured. It is structured, obviously, but as a fan, it's more mystery.
Fair enough. To quote Wrestling Matt McCarthy, it is, every wrestler ever is behind that curtain, so you never know who's going to come out. You're right. Tonight we got some surprises. So, Dean, we got it all set up. You ready to start knocking this shit down?
Let's go for it.
All right. Well, tonight we had the Gem City Rumble was the opening match, and what I did is that, I guess we should talk about the seat situation first, shouldn't we? So we came in. We did have to wait 45 minutes in the rain before they opened because the show started at 8:20 when it was supposed to start at 7:30, which is a little shitty, but
yeah,
it is what it is, I guess. So that kind of sucked. And we didn't get to sit down, right? Gary, why didn't we get to sit down?
Oh, because it was standing room only.
What the fuck?
I mean, there was like 60 chairs,
Come on.
and those were purchased.
Yeah, I guess that's on us for not reserving tickets, but I'm always scared if I send that email, I'm just not going to get a response, you know? That's
Money's money.
That's true. Money is money.
One thing I would say about the way it's set up, and I don't know, maybe there's only so many people they can have per the fire marshal, but I don't know if maybe they could put the guardrail closer to the ring, move the ring closer to the wall, maybe get an extra row of chairs in there. I don't know.
Ooh, I got a real good idea.
I mean, before you say that idea, I know I've seen places, venues that we've gone to where they have had the ring up against the wall, and it does give you a little bit more space to put chairs. However, I kind of like the idea of the wrestlers being able to work around the entire ring,
Sure,
rather than just 3 parts of it.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I gotcha. My solution would be get rid of the motherfucking guardrails. Like, I hate those things. It's well established. Bruce Gray had a plan. We don't know what happened. He got impeached or something like that. And so we still got these fucking guardrails, which, I mean, we don't need them. You know, you don't need them.
Yeah,
what
well,
are they for?
Nate Wings needs them on occasion.
Well, he used to 2 years ago. So
Okay.
what's that thing?
no, I was just saying true. I was agreeing.
Oh, you were agreeing with Gary. Okay, fine. Fair enough. You're right, Gary. I was wrong. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah!
All right, Dean. Well, tell us, so we have our kind of like, I used your system.
Perfect.
So, you know, if you see on the notes on the left is the number in which someone entered, on the right is when they got taken out. So we're going to go through these entries, and then we're going to talk about a few spots, although I didn't take any notes on spots because I didn't. So there we are.
All right, so starting everything off was Crash Jackson. He's come such a long way since we started watching him wrestle.
When we entered the show, we saw Crash Jackson walking around. I mentioned to Jeremy that he is super over here. And Jeremy, you seem surprised.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him in a while, and he's definitely improved a lot.
He's pretty good, man. And he saved a spot, too, at the beginning of this match where there was like a little bit of a botch, and he just picked it right up and figured out exactly what to do. Who was the second person coming in, Dean?
Kimba.
Kimba from NWF. What
Pumping
the
the
fuck?
brakes a little bit. He came out at like a 7 to 8.
He did. I don't know, man. I kind of like 7 or 8 Kimba over 11 Kimba. What do you think, Dean?
I don't know. I like 7, but 7 Kimba also came out with Big Pound.
He did. Dean, tell me about Big Pound.
I hated him so much that I liked him. He has like this quality of the way he was just acting with the fans. We were supposed to hate him, but he was so good at it, you kind of respected him for it. Like, he had long hair, heavy set guy. He was a white dude. He had in a golden grill, and he would just like grin at the fans and act like all hip hoppy and stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned that he looks like he's like a white record producer from the 90s. Like,
oh, definitely.
This is my crew.
He had a gold chain on the outside of his shirt, of course, you know. I mean, this guy was pretty good at getting some heat. And he had a couple spots he had to hit tonight, and he got them all. So,
yeah.
I mean, he was pretty great. It's our first experience with All Money In, which is a new heel group at
Where Big Pound
Rockstar
apparently
Pro.
is their manager.
He is, man. I like him. He's awesome. So, anyway, who came out next, Dean?
Pat the Bruiser, who is also a member of All Money In.
He is, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it's kind of hard not to just start reading some of these off. I'm not sure how you want to do this, Dean, but you start, you know, you tell me where to go here.
All right, let's get the first 10 guys in the ring. So we had Kimba, and then Pat the Bruiser, Esperatu Maya.
That's not bad. Maya, not bad. Yeah, not bad.
DC from NWF.
Yeah.
Kid Common.
From NWF.
The big man, Madman Fulton.
Yes.
Davey Bang.
Davey Bang.
Cole Radrick.
And
Crosshairs Kelly.
That's
Those
right.
are our first 10.
That's
the
the
rambunctious
first 10.
man baby.
Yeah, the onesie wonder, Cole Radrick, Wildheart, you know. Jeremy, you've had a little bit of experience watching Cole Radrick wrestle. What did you think about his performance tonight, or lack thereof, I would say? What do you think?
Actually, I thought his performance was good on the entertainment side. The way he got to the bar by stepping on the chairs, hiding in the corner, wrapping his legs around the post. I wish he would have gone farther in the Rumble.
Yeah.
But from the entertainment side, I thought it was good.
Yeah, he jumped into the crowd with the aid of a security guard, and then walked the chairs were almost like they were glued to his feet somehow, and he just started walking around with chairs on his feet.
They were like his stilts.
Like pogo sticks.
Pretty funny. So, that was a lot of fun. And then for most of the match, he was just kind of hanging around on the outside, like he was doing his own.
He didn't get any of his shit in.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't get any of his shit in.
He's like Jerry Lawler in the Rumble.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
But it was still good to see Cole Radrick. I haven't seen Cole Radrick in 2 years.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah, you saw your other buddy too, Mouse's Wrestling Adventure.
I did see Mouse tonight.
Gary, I
Shout
am
out to Mouse.
very disappointed in you.
Mouse is over. Why?
Because you're wearing Mouse's shirt and you didn't even show him.
I did show him.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. All right, sorry.
As soon as our eyes locked, I opened it up like Superman to show him that the photographer's over.
There you go. Well, I mean, then I'm disappointed in myself for not noticing. So that's on me. God, well, when will I ever become a good person? Never.
I don't know, but it was so good to see Mouse too.
He fucking rules. So anyway, all right, Dean, where are we at now?
Number 11 was Chance Riser.
Yes, Chance Riser, a little kind of adjustment to his gimmick, so he's kind of doing a little bit of a Orange Cassidy deal now, where he came in the ring with his phone and his $19 latte, as he said, and while he was just kind of casually walking around the ring on his phone, he was dodging punches and kicks and stuff like that. Very Orange Cassidy. I like it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not extremely familiar with Orange Cassidy. I've just seen where he does the hands in the pocket, little just baby kicks. I've never seen him do the defense version of that, but I did like what Chance was doing there.
He does a lot of dodges like that are just kind of him naturally walking around dodging shit.
Kind of reminds me of Mr. Magoo when he's
Yes.
walking around and he just keeps missing stuff.
Mr. Magoo's the best. I love it. They made a movie out of that with Leslie Nielsen. Fucking bombed. I've never even saw it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That's how bad it bombed.
Yeah, that's
and
how,
Andy sees a lot of movies.
I do see a lot of it. Not as many as John, though. John sees them all. But,
Jeremy said you're not missing anything.
No?
No.
Jeremy, you saw the Mr. Magoo movie?
Yeah, just stick to Naked Gun if you want to see Leslie Nielsen.
Okay, or which WrestleMania is it that he has to find the Undertaker?
Or was it SummerSlam?
Or was it SummerSlam? Yeah, anyway, Leslie Nielsen's fucking awesome, so that's it. What else, Steve?
Number 12. Well, let's get into a couple of the eliminations.
All right, let's do it.
DC eliminated first. Big Man taking it over the top. He did some good jobs. He sized up with Pat the Bruiser for a little while.
He did.
Going strike for strike. After that, Kid Comment was not far behind.
Both those guys are tremendous wrestlers, by the way.
Number 3, Cole. Cole got taken out way too early.
Big
I thought he was going to get in a lot more shit.
Yeah, we were hoping Cole would win, but that was a fool's errand there.
Our fourth, we had at least 12 people in the ring because our number 12 entrant, August Matthews, was also the fourth person eliminated.
That's right. Yeah, and also we only had 28 people in this 30-man Rumble for some reason. So, but that's a lot of people to pay.
Everybody did get slightly better odds.
They did. There you go, Dean. There you go. That's awesome.
I think we had 28 people.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 20.
I'm begging you to pay attention.
Yeah.
So number 13, White Mike of the Gymnasty Boys. There are two other guys that got added to this card that I was really excited to see. I did not show them that I was wearing the Gymnasty Boys t-shirt.
It's disappointing, Dean. Huge pop for White Mike. White Mike is amazing.
He comes out to the Family Matters theme.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
I do miss the fact that when he comes out in a singles match, he kind of gets just a little bit more time to be silly and do a walk around the ring and just goof off with fans and everything. But he got right to the action and he eye poked just about everybody in the ring.
Everybody. Jeremy, what's your favorite episode of Family Matters?
I don't think I have one.
Okay. All right. Gary?
I'm not a sitcom guy.
I couldn't tell you.
Well,
that's one with Urkel on it, right?
Yeah. My favorite episodes are the ones where Urkel gets hit in the head and becomes like super suave.
Stefan.
Yeah,
He has a transformation chamber.
There you go. Isn't that?
Yeah.
I thought he
There
just
is
got like
one
hit
where
the
he
head.
gets an Isetta.
He gets a who?
The car with the 3 wheels in the front door.
Oh.
On the front of the car. I do like
Really?
those.
Okay, so we got some Family Matters talk.
There's an episode later in the season where he also makes a cloning device, and for a couple episodes there are 2 Steve Urkels, but then one of them goes in the transformation chamber, so there's both of them on the same show, the dorky Steve Urkel and the suave Stefan Urkel.
Does either one of them get to fuck Laura?
Stefan Urkel definitely got it.
Oh,
Did he?
I'm sure he was in there.
Wow. Okay.
If you're ever wasting time on YouTube, which I do constantly, look up inappropriate laugh track, and they take like the serious episodes of Family Matters or Full House or really anything on TGIF, and it'll be like, you brought a gun to school, and then it'll add in, and then like it's.
They walk in, and yeah, I like the ooh. That's always my favorite. That's funny. All right, what else we got here, Dean?
Another NWF guy, Star Rider.
That's right, the man that rides the stars.
Then we had Nate Wings, Tyler Bach, Damian Chambers, Glipinator.
Yeah.
Gilpinator.
Tell us about that guy, Jeremy.
He's a guy out of Kentucky. I've seen him in a couple different Kentucky federations, maybe a couple years in.
Okay. If you don't mind, Jeremy, and I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but if you could speak up a little bit, I'm sure people would love to hear what you say.
Okay.
I just want to make sure they can hear you. So, so Gilpinator's from down there in Kentucky. You've seen him around, right?
Yeah, I've seen him around a couple different Kentucky shows.
Okay, fair enough. What else you got, Dean?
We're going to go over a few more of the eliminations.
All right.
So coming in number 12, August Matthews, he was out number 4. And we saw Davey Bang going out at number 5. Madman Fulton was eliminated by Nate Wings.
Yes,
the biggest
that was
guy in the
awesome.
match
was
was
great.
eliminated by the tiniest guy.
Well, okay, so they teamed up for a minute because, like, Nate Wings jumped into his arms, and Madman Fulton caught him, so then he used Nate Wings as a weapon for a while, and they had teamed up. Now, originally, when Madman Fulton debuted at Rockstar Pro, he feuded with Nate Wings.
What?
Yeah, and he killed Nate Wings and took him under the ring, if you remember. And he put him in a fucking a sleeping bag and did the Jason Voorhees spot where he just swung him against the ring post and killed him, and then took him under the ring. That was amazing. I forgot about that. So they've come a long way together, you know? Pretty cool.
So that was our 6th elimination. 7, Star Rider went out at number 7. And then we'll go back to a couple more people that entered the match. At 19, Victor Vargas.
Yeah, Victor
That guy
Vargas.
is getting over as hell.
Man, super over. Gary, is it crazy to you that a guy who is kind of like a shoeless hillbilly type character is kind of over at Rockstar Pro?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem to fit in what most of the Rockstar fans seem to enjoy, But the guy's good from what I saw. With these Rumble matches, you don't get to see a lot of people's shit. But he did shine for a little bit when he first got in the ring, and I can see why people have quickly got behind him.
He's it's kind of hokey, right? I mean, it's kind of hokey, and so usually shit that's hokey at these super indie type promotions doesn't work. But man, Victor Vargas backs it up with really good in-ring work,
right?
And he just sells the shit out of it. He doesn't give a fuck whether you like it or not. He's just gonna do his shit. And man, I think it's awesome, and I'm really happy for him. That dude's great. So
I think something that helps him as far as getting over is anytime you have a gimmick where the crowd can respond to you, that helps. And the yeah, and then the whole crowd goes yeah. I think that helps. That's a good thing.
That's fair, because everywhere that dude goes, the crowd's like yeah, just screaming that. I mean, you're right. There's no doubt about it. Whatever else we have, Dean.
Well, then Jay Chris came out.
Yeah, Jay Chris came out. Huge reaction. He came out and he super kicked everybody.
Yeah,
more than once.
Yeah, this is where I felt like the Rumble got good. I don't know what was missing before. It was just kind of a regular old match. But then when Jake came out, it seemed like it upped the entire, work in the ring.
Here's my take on that. Is that, like, when we were getting some of these people that were coming in, like White Mike, and White Mike did a great job of this, so did Jake, and some of the more recognizable names, there'd be a huge pop, and then nothing. Because no one was, like, feeding for them in order to, like, them to do a bunch of shit. They come in and hit a few guys and then stand there.
Right.
So Jake continued to do shit to keep the crowd up, and I think that's one of the reasons that worked. White Mike did the same thing. So, just my little take on that. What do you think, Dean?
I feel like the crowd fed off the crowd to an extent. So when a lot of people got excited for Jake, more people got excited, more people were into the match. And you make a good point that, like, everyone kind of got excited for who you said they were, but Jake is good at feeding the crowd and keeping the energy up.
Yeah, plus all the guys in the ring want to do good for Jake, so they're going to get up and feed for him as far as, like, hey, I'm going to come hit me with some shit. Where else are we at?
Well, that was our number 20 entrance. We'll go over a few more people that got eliminated. Chance Reiser went out at number 8. Kimba made it decently far, and he was in there all the way up until number 9. Kimba being part of the All Money In, a lot of those guys were saving each other. And I remember a while later, I was like, oh, well, most of those guys are still in it, and that's because they were all working together.
That's true.
Esperatu Maya went out at number 10. Tyler Vox got eliminated at number 11. Gliptonator. Gilpinator got taken out at number 12. Damian Chambers was eliminated at number 13. Then we had, we'll go over a few more people that came into the ring. Henry Shaw.
Yeah, from PTW. We've seen him down there.
Project Monix.
That's right. Project Monix in the house. Always good to see him.
He had a pretty good reaction when he came to the ring.
Dude, Jeremy, pretty good wrestler, right?
Oh, yeah. He's really good. He's a good high flyer, but he can do brawls, technical, anything.
He's pretty good, man. I always say if I could look like any wrestler, I'd look like him.
Didn't we see him at another Rumble at Rockstar probably about 2 years ago?
You're right. There's a good chance, because the first time we ever saw him was at Rockstar, and if you remember, at the time he was doing the gimmick where he had the phone number on his tights.
Yes.
So that's where,
I think it was a scramble, man.
Right. So,
yes.
yeah, we definitely saw him in a scramble because we saw him with Eye Candy Elliott and a bunch of the freelance guys that came down.
That's right.
They're all pretty good wrestlers, so it's always good to see him.
I feel like he didn't get enough in this match because he came out late and he was eliminated. He didn't really get a chance. I thought he should have at least been like one of the last 4 or something like that.
There was a lot of just guys in this match, people that were like, I'm in here to get eliminated. I don't have anything to do. See you later. And that, I don't know, it kind of felt that way for a couple guys, so it is what it is.
We had, after that, a Dayton hero, Ganger.
Gary's favorite wrestler of all time, Ganger, is in the fucking ring. Gary lost his shit. Tell me all about this, Gary.
Oh, man, it was fantastic. It's been about a year and a half, I think, since I've been at Rockstar. Maybe a year, I don't know. But I was there the night of Ganger's last match. So, I felt like it was destiny to be here on the night that Ganger comes back. It was great.
Jeremy, do you know why Ganger's a hero?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, he saved the people in the Dayton shooting.
He
was
did.
the bouncer, and he got him in the bar and stood and blocked the door and wasn't going to let the shooter in.
That's right. You can see video of Ganger, like, beating up the shooter online. Ganger's a fucking legit hero. Amazing. It was really great to see him. And everybody wanted to get suplexed by him tonight. They were all like, hey, come on, suplex me next.
Jake got suplexed twice.
He did. So that was pretty cool seeing Ganger in there. Very, very neat. Who else, Dean? We got
James Bunn,
Yeah.
Timmy Lou, Ron Hunt, Benjamin Bood, and coming out last was Lord Crew.
That's right. Lord Crew last, man. I was surprised that, because he got tossed out, and man, he took a ridiculous bump right on the corner of the ring.
It's like he got slingshotted and his legs got shoved around very quickly. What I thought was funny is when James Bond, I guess he's working in a tag team with Victor, so when he got eliminated, Victor hopped over the top rope to go check on him.
Yeah, they have some kind of chips and beer gimmick. I guess the fans bring them chips and beer and stuff, so they started chanting that, and they seemed okay with losing because they had each other, you know? So let's get down to the final three. Just tell us who were the final three, and then we'll talk about who won.
It came down to number one entry, Crash Jackson, with Timmy Lou Redden and Ron Hunt.
That's right. So we're down to this. We're thinking, you know, we got to have a face, we got to have a heel, so it's going to be Reverend Ron Hunt and somebody, right? Or Rev Ron Hunt, excuse me. And, you know, who'd that end up being?
Ended up being Timmy Lou Redden lasting out because more of All Money In came out and interfered, and Crash Jackson was thrown out.
It's true, yeah. So Timmy Lou and Ron Hunt then, and we didn't mention this, but the rules of this match were, instead of there being a winner, and that winner was then going to get a number one contendership, tonight's Rumble was all about a vacant Amped Championship. So Larry D was the Amped Champion, but then our Arrow Boy was the Amped Champion or something. No, Larry D was, but since he had an Intergalactic Championship match tonight, he relinquished the Amped Championship and vacated it so that it could be defended by somebody else or won by somebody else. So tonight, the Rumble was going to decide who was going to win that title. But instead, they like got more bang for their buck because the last two people were then going to have a match. Which
I thought it was, if you're the Amped Champion, you can relinquish the title for a intergalactic title shot.
Yeah, which is...
I think that's what Larry did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is how you explained it. It's just a little confusing, but I in retrospect, I really liked the way that the Rumble ended with the idea of it being a vacant belt that they were going after. Rather than the winner of the Rumble is suddenly the champion.
No, well, I mean, okay, I got what you're saying. I would have preferred that someone be a singular winner right then and there, you know, but that's my opinion, So we're going to get this match later on, but Dean, these fucking Money In guys, they were all pissed off. What happened?
Yeah, well, Timmy got face-to-face with Ron Hunt, and then Kimba came in and chopped the back of his knee, took him down, and now Timmy is going into this match with a damaged knee.
He is, yeah, unfortunate, man. Well, I tell you what, it was a good Rumble. It wasn't great necessarily in my opinion, but it was good. And it was really fun to see some of those people like Kid Comet and DC and Kimba. Some of the folks from down at NWF, they train some great wrestlers down there. And so it's really good to see them. Star Rider, people like that. That's good to see. Gary, what'd you think?
Again, I think that prior to Jay Chris getting into the match, I was probably not the biggest fan. But once he got in it and then throughout the remaining part, it really brought me into it, and I really enjoyed it.
Jeremy, what you think?
I enjoyed it. I like the mix of people that they added, the NWF guys, some guys from Kentucky, not guys you always see at Rockstar, some new faces.
Yeah, it's always good to see new people. Dean?
I liked it a lot. I think you said it perfectly when you said that I think it would have been better if it had been a one winner. I feel like you lose that hyped up very finish. I mean, one of my favorite shows at Rockstar was the Gem City Rumble where Daniel Winchester won, because I remember the excitement of him battling it out with Myron Reed
on the apron. Yeah, man, never forget
that. That was such a great moment at that show, and they completely took out the possibility of that happening.
That's true. I don't know if I'll always remember that moment that Timmy Lou, or that Crash Jackson got eliminated or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. That's a good point. So, anyway. All right, so after that, we had single intermission, and we're going to keep on trucking because we got nothing. We got, not enough time to cover all this show.
I'm so used to the 2-hour episodes.
Yeah, lately we've had a lot more time, to talk about stuff, but with Rockstar Pro. Our meeting place is a little closer. So anyway, single intermission, walked around, talked to a few people, went outside, sat down for a minute to rest our old legs. And when we came back in, Jeremy, you had scored yourself a seat, hadn't you?
Yeah, I sat on the stage the rest of the show.
Son of a bitch. I was so jealous of you. So jealous.
It was nice.
Yeah, it looked nice. Man.
We should have moved that guy's stuff.
Various moments of the night, there were many a wrestler sitting on that same stage with him.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, after that, we had ourselves another match. What was the next match, Dean?
This match would end up being for the Impact Wrestling World Title. Sami Callihan putting it on the line against your friend and mine, Aaron Williams.
That's right. The baddest man alive, Aaron Williams. And this has been a war of words, mostly one-sided. This is kind of like the Undertaker's feud with Bray Wyatt, where like basically Bray Wyatt just had to cut promos because the Undertaker didn't show up or whatever. So, Aaron Williams has been talking a lot of shit. He's been talking, I think one of the quotes that I thought was pretty neat is he said, after this match, Sammy, you're going to look at me and you're going to say, oh, you're so good, why aren't you doing more stuff? And I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, I don't know, Sammy, why aren't I doing more good stuff? So that was pretty cool, and the build up to this has been great. We had a war of words to begin the match, though, right, Dean?
We did. A little bit of back and forth, but what stuck out the most is right before he accepted the title match and put down the microphone, Aaron told Sammy to suck his dick.
Unbelievable. And he flipped him off.
Well, yeah, they go hand.
Yeah, that finger played a pretty intricate role throughout the night.
It did.
This match.
I mean, I thought that when you flip somebody off, it means fuck you. But it turns out it means suck my dick. I had no idea. Huh. Aaron's just changing everything out there.
Changing the game.
Hey, man. Ask the questions, change answers, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, well.
When I was a kid, I thought it meant go to hell.
I liked at the beginning, they didn't do anything for at least 45 seconds, a minute, and the crowd was just amped up for the match and into it. And they weren't doing anything. They were literally in the corner, just staring each other down. And the crowd was hyped.
This is Hogan versus Rock at Rockstar, basically, right? Where they just smelled the air for a second. The crowd just started going nuts. A little hokey pokey at the beginning, like you said, talking shit to each other. And Sammy decides to put the title on the line. Kind of sucks because then we know who's going to win. You know what I mean? That's kind of dumb, but at the same time, it's fine. I get it. It's just weird because Aaron's promos in the lead up to it had said, I don't care about the title, I just want to beat you up. So whatever.
Yeah, but a fighting champion defends his title whenever he can.
That's true, I guess. But I don't know, Dean, you want to tell us a little bit about this giant brawl that we had to begin this match?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dean.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
They brawled a lot to start. They fought on the outside. There were a couple spots on the outside. I think Aaron dove, and he Sammy kind of caught him, but I think Aaron still dropped down onto the apron, not the apron, the guardrail on the floor. That looked rough. They brawled out. There were a lot of parts of this where they were brawling into the audience, where we couldn't see where they, we couldn't really move from our spots where we were standing, and other people stood up, and we were missing a lot of it. At one point, Sammy came right in front of us with Aaron and threw Aaron up onto the stage. They fought back off, and Aaron dove off the stage on top of Sami Callihan.
Yeah, that was nuts, huh? Jeez. These guys beating each other up. Jeremy, do you like the brawl in the crowd type stuff?
I like the brawl in the crowd to some extent because it's exciting, but I also don't like that you can't see probably 90% of it.
Yeah, the problem too with this building is that the way that everyone's standing is that if we had decided to go over there and start looking at everything, first of all, we would have just been run over by wrestlers eventually, and we would just be standing in everyone else's way, so then they can't see. You know what I mean?
Be moving in front of the front row.
Yeah, we're just being rude. So, it is a shame you can't see everything, but it is what it is.
But there's something to the action being in your lap that I think excites people.
It's exciting, yeah. It can be, you know.
You know.
There's one thing, like every building has a spot where you know if they're going to brawl in the crowd, that's the spot they're going to go to. Like the arena had the stairs.
Yeah.
They've got the stage. I think,
Jeremy, it still does. The arena still has the stairs, by the way.
I wouldn't know. But the you know they're going to go to the stage or the bar.
Yeah.
And they did both.
That's right.
And that's what they did.
Right
Yeah,
after
they
that.
went to the stage, then they went to the bar. You know, Sammy hit a pile driver on Aaron on the bar,
That
which
was awesome.
made a really cool noise. I don't know how he did that, but he made an awesome noise. That was
I
great.
think he did it with Aaron's head on the bar.
Fair enough. Okay.
You know, not only was there some hokey pokey, not to go back. Actually, that's
Oh, Gary!
to always
Get
go
it,
back.
shit.
It's kind of my thing. But you know, there was a lot of mirror spots at the beginning of this match too that was very good. You know, no matter what Aaron did, Sammy did, and vice versa, until it got to the point where I think they did even more mirror spots when they got back in the ring finally, and they ended up kicking each other at the same time.
They did. They did a couple double downs. I mean, so this was a match that was working the crowd, as Jeremy said. You know, they are working the crowd into a frenzy, and this is kind of the difference between your average match that you see on an indie show where guys are doing 100 flips and everything versus a well-worked match where they are whipping the crowd into a frenzy, then bringing them back down, then bringing them back up, then bringing, oh no, you know, I mean, they were really, really doing that well. The crowd really responded well to it, and I thought that part of the match was masterful, and that's why these guys are great. You know, is they're able to do that kind of shit, and not everybody can do that. That takes a long time to learn, and man, it's pretty cool.
And I haven't been to Rockstar in a while either, and I didn't need to have been there. Aaron's promos told me the story of the match going in, so I didn't have to be going regularly to know what was going on going into the match.
Absolutely, yeah, great stuff. And the storytelling in the match itself of them beating the shit out of each other and trying to hit pile drivers and whatnot, it kind of lets you know what was going on, you know, so they did a great job of that. But, Dean, what else you got there?
There was one part I don't want to leave out where Sammy did a power bomb to Aaron on the outside, and Aaron popped back up and kicked him in the face, like, really quick.
No selling power bombs tonight, huh, Jeremy?
And ref Aaron, the look on his face was great. I was just like the shock as he's like trying to also count them out.
Yeah, we failed to mention that referee Aaron was in the house tonight. He's everywhere we go. It's like that time, remember when we kept seeing Larry everywhere we went? You know, it's like that. You know, we just see him everywhere. So now he reffed the main event tonight and this match.
Yeah.
Good for him, man. Good dude. Anyway, so, you know, there was one little goofy thing, though, is that, you know, they did not say this was a no DQ match, which they, you know.
Which it obviously was.
I mean, they probably should have, because they were using
Aaron was
weapons.
letting them go.
He just was like, oh, no, it's for the Impact title.
I don't want to rob the fans.
Right. So.
Yeah, when it's for the Impact title, it's no holds barred.
Right. Is that how that
they
works?
both would have been DQ, so it's still kind of fair.
Impact rules match or something like that?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, what else we got here?
So, back in the ring, Sammy hit another pile driver on Aaron. Aaron kicked out aggressively at like 1.5. Started winding up, hitting a couple kicks. And then Sammy pulled Aaron in front of him, pulled referee Aaron between him and wrestler Aaron. And then he kicked wrestler Aaron, kicked him low, hit a pile driver, and then got the pin.
Cactus Jack pile driver.
Yeah, that's
Cactus
true.
special.
I don't know why they needed to involve the ref. You know what I mean? He had
Because it's Aaron.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. It is Aaron getting his shit in, isn't it?
Because had they not done that, Aaron Williams was about to hit the kick in a cradle and win.
No, I understand, but why use the ref as a distraction? Why not use something else?
Well, mostly though, Sammy was using pretty much anything. He can't. I even yelled at him one time during the match that he can't beat Aaron clean, and that was obvious. He needed to cheat, and at that moment, that was the only thing he had at his to his advantage was the ref.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
he threw the ref in the way, and then he was able to take advantage of that and get the win. Because he can't beat Aaron Williams clean.
I like how you leaned up to say that, Gary. That's awesome.
Speaking of doing things differently, I'm going to do go way back, Gary.
Oh, wow.
What was Samantha Heights doing in the Rumble match?
Yeah.
Pinning random people and then leaving with the title.
Yuck. So, yeah, we forgot to mention this, but during the Rumble, Samantha Heights just entered it without entering it. She just showed up I think she was under the ring or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She just ran out, and she started pinning people that were down, and Madman Fulton counted the pins, and then she grabbed the old title belt that had been thrown, or that John Murray was carrying around, right? And was it the one that was thrown in the trash by Dustin Reyes? I'm pretty sure that's the one that she had. And she said she was champion now.
And then she
left. And we just buried a bunch of wrestlers. So
like,
I don't know
the only
what
one
that
who
was.
really got buried was Kimba, because he was kind of sitting upright in the corner, kind of like surprised on what was going on. And she just grabbed his foot and pulled him on his back and then pinned him for the 3 count.
That was weird.
I don't know about people getting buried, because a lot of them did get knocked down by Fulton.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and they were all out of it. I think Kimba was the only one that seemed to be back with it. Like, what's going on? And, I guess I'm going to pin here.
When I see a wrestler pin 5 wrestlers in a row, somebody's getting fucking buried. I don't care who you are.
In a match where pinfalls don't count?
Right. So, I mean, I don't understand the point of that, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for bringing that up, Dean. We forgot to talk shit about that weird thing that happened. So
I was just going to let it go and pretend it didn't happen.
But back to the match we're on. After the match, there was a start of a handshake, and then Aaron kicked Sammy low. What goes around comes around, hit a cradle pile driver, and then left.
He did. And then after the match, Sammy did a great job of soaking everything up and, staring the crowd down and like he didn't believe what had just happened. I mean, it's really good stuff, Great working wrestling.
It really was a great match.
Yeah, so
I thought.
Anyway, well, what was the next match, Dean?
The next match we're going to be able to go through kind of quickly, because unfortunately there were some things that happened in the match, but it was the Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes going up against DD Trash.
That's right, Pompano Joe and Jeremiah going up against DD Trash, which is Bruce Gray.
True Grit.
Yeah, sorry.
Bruce Gray.
And Ron Mathis, right? And they were the current champions, and they are heels now. And John Murray is their heel manager. However, he is out because of illness, which is a fucking shame, man. Because I love John Murray. And when I go to Rockstar Pro, I want John Murray to be there,
I feel like he and Big Pound would be like
He's
best
a heel
friends.
too.
Shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Boo!
Aw.
He's bad.
John Murray?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's good at being bad.
I love John
and he's
Murray.
bad at, and he's good at being good.
He can do
I've
whatever
seen
he wants.
face and heel of both Ron and
He's a bad
Bruce,
guy.
but only face John Murray. I'm
Really?
looking forward to some heel John
Yeah,
Murray.
man. When I started going there, him and Bruce were the heel tag champions, and they were invincible. They couldn't lose. It was amazing. They won like 100 matches. It was so great.
One of my favorite matches that I watched on the Rockstar Pro Network was a tag match, or maybe it was on YouTube, but it was a tag match between the Bad Dudes of 2016 going up against Grits and Gravy when they had that old weird manager.
Oh yeah, the guy
Sid
looks.
Fabulous?
No, I can't remember his name. It's just Jimmy Jacobs.
Jimmy Jacobs.
His name
Maybe,
was,
not-
or it's Jimmy James. Jimmy James.
Yeah.
That's what his name was.
I was thinking Jimmy Johns, but I know
Jimmy
that's
Jacobs
not
is
him.
an actual wrestler, but anyway. Well, okay, so
It was a very good match.
yeah. Well, I mean, these guys are tremendous. So tell me about this match, Dean.
So this match had some back and forth. The Bad Dudes are the good guys in this match. And at one point in the match, I believe it was Jeremiah was kind of running through them. They had worked over Joe. Joe was standing, looking out, and he got kicked in the back and kind of fell and bounced off the
That was
ropes and then
sweet.
landed on the ground.
Cool bump.
And then they continued to work him over and not let him get the tag. He ducked one move and hit kind of his fast side suplex and was able to tag in Jeremiah. And when Jeremiah was working over both Bruce and Ron, I think he was getting them, he kept knocking them down. I'm assuming they were supposed to be getting up at their knees, both in the center of the ring, to both get kicked at the same time. So as they were setting up for that, he knocked down Bruce, and then he knocked down Ron, and Ron, when he bumped, just bad timing, Bruce was kind of rolling one way, and Ron Mathis landed kind of funny on Bruce's arm, and Bruce wasn't really in any more of the match.
Yeah, he rolled to the outside, grabbed his arm, and, I hope it's not the shoulder again, because he's had the same shoulder problem a couple times, I think. Or he broke his arm. Like, that's kind of...
I think it looked like a wrist injury.
It might be a dislocated elbow.
I don't know.
None of us are nurses. We don't know.
We're not nurses or nurse practitioners. Jeremy, you're not a nurse practitioner.
No, I'm not certified in any kind of medical field.
Damn, I was hoping you could write me a script.
I got on Wikipedia, immediately after it happened.
I got on WebMD.
I told him ice and heat, Bruce.
Man, I hope Bruce is okay.
Just rub some trash on it.
Give him some CBD oil to put on it.
That's very popular these days.
Did you save any?
Well, we hope Bruce is okay. By the way, Dean, that was some tremendous breakdown of that match just now. I mean, that was some good shit. And you didn't even look at anything. No notes, nothing. You just broke that all on top of your head. You were locked in.
Yeah,
I got you.
Locked in.
So, unfortunately, we did get a DQ finish. They had to go home, because Bruce broke his fucking arm. They looked at him at one point to be like, "Hey, are you coming?" Nah, I'm not coming back in.
Yeah, they were checking on him.
It was
and Ron Mathis, we've always commented on his ability to kind of take focus off. Usually an injured Bruce Gray.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
he's got
we've
a
seen this
sixth
more than
sense
once.
about it. He hit a low blow, and they called it DQ.
If things turn out good for Bruce, and it's not as bad as it looked, next month Dayton Street Fight, no DQ, that would work.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they'll finish this off somehow, hopefully, But I mean, the more important thing is hopefully Bruce is okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
not that I want to see any tag team break up, but if Bruce and Ron separated, could you imagine the matches they could have against each other?
Finally.
Well,
they've been dancing around that way too long.
They have been dancing around it, but there was that time when Ron turned face to save John Murray, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Big Daddy Ron.
Yeah. We Gary, I think that joke went over your head, but it's okay.
All right.
Anyway, all right, what happened next?
Jeremiah's the same whether he's the face or heel.
He is, that's true.
So are you.
Yeah, so
That's fair.
The next match, I think, was my favorite match of the night. Timmy Lou going up against Ron Hunt.
Okay. I have no idea. I don't know shit about this Ron Hunt guy. He's fucking awesome, man. I thought he was awesome. And Timmy Lou is just, it doesn't get much, he doesn't get much better than that. But this Rev, I don't know if it's Rev Ron Hunt or Reverend, I don't know. Who cares? Point is this guy fucking rules. Jeremy, you're shaking your head yes as well. Why do you think this guy's awesome?
Athletic, young, moves fast, got the cocky heel down really good. He's got a future.
The thing that made me just blown away by him was how high up he would get for moves for Timmy. So Timmy, the story of this match is Timmy just got his fucking knee destroyed by these guys, so he's coming from underneath trying to make sure that he can, he's got to be resilient, he's got to get in there, show some fire, whatever. And so when he would have these comebacks and lift, a couple different times he'd lift this dude for a suplex, the dude is 10 feet in the air. He wasn't just helping, he was jumping into the air, so these moves look devastating. And the guy was bumping so hard, and he was being a total dick to everybody. I love that guy. I thought he was
fan
awesome.
went for a high five, and he licked their hand. Real quick, bent down and licked it.
That's maybe not a good idea, but whatever.
Not in Dayton,
it's his tongue, I guess. But Gary, what'd you think about all this?
I would agree. I thought he was very impressive for an unknown, at least to us. Obviously he's been wrestling, and he's got lots of ring experience. You can tell that he is not intimidated at all. Being in a ring with somebody as savvy as Timmy Lou, a veteran, that whole entire crew, we know that Benjamin Boom and Crosshairs Kelly's are kind of younger guys. They haven't really had a lot of ring experience. We know that Kimba is a younger guy that doesn't have a lot of experience. Just by the look of this guy, he looks like he would be a younger guy, but Man, he looks like he's been in the ring for years.
He's really good. He was really good. I would say that Benjamin Boone has definitely had tons of ring experience, but other than that, everything he said there was pretty good. Gary, whatever your name is. So I don't know what anybody's name is. All right. So well, let's see here. So I don't know what. Let me see where we're at here. Because Dean's giving up on the notes. He's ready to get out of the car and go home. So, is that what it is? You got all the matches in? Okay.
They're all in my head.
I don't have it all in my head, but I know things that I would like to.
I mean, there was a lot of back and forth between these two guys, there was many times that I felt like Timmy Lou was going to win. I wanted Timmy Lou to win. However, at the same time, I kept questioning why an unknown would have the belt. Or why would they give it to Timmy Lou? Does that mean he's moving to Dayton? There's no way that Timmy Lou's going to be here to defend this belt.
Well, so we had Warhorse come out, all right, which is funny that they're now Warhorse instead of Warhorse because of Warhorse. But so they come out and they're running in, and White Mike's doing his best to fend these guys off. But I mean, it's him versus 10 guys almost, And so Timmy Lou exploder suplexes that Hunt dude out onto all those guys. That was fucking amazing. Then he hits a dive on him. I love that. We had an ankle lock from Timmy on Hunt, and Hunt taps out, but the ref's distracted, which is kind of goofy because, that one little thing that I don't like is I don't like when, like, in one match the rules are different than in another one, you know what I mean? Because it was like the referee didn't matter in, like, the match versus, Aaron versus Sammy, but now we have to do distractions and stuff like that to make sure that, I don't know. I mean,
in all
I get
fairness,
it.
Nobody came to watch Aaron in the Sammy-Aaron match.
Huh?
You're just saying that the ref didn't matter.
Oh, Ref Aaron. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody came to watch Ref Aaron in the Sammy Aaron
No
match.
one comes to watch the refs. That's not how that works. Anyway, so Hunt taps out, but then your buddy, what's his name again? What's your guy's name?
Big Pound.
Big Pound, right? And you had a little joke that Big Pound could do, right?
Yeah, I wanted to walk up to him and put out the rock, and when he hit it, I was like, "Oh man, that was a little pound." Give me a big pound, man.
He's never gonna pound you at all, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, but so he slides he slides a chain to
I gotta
Hunt.
figure out how to cheer Big Pound without cheering Dave.
Never. But then Timmy kicks out from that, and then Timmy's knee finally fails him, and he taps out to a half crab. Jeremy, what'd you think about this?
I liked it, and I liked the finish. He had a arm lock on with the half crab also.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't see that. I couldn't see a lot of stuff tonight. So it is what it is. Good match though, man. And Timmy Lou was fucking. He forced the guy to shake his hand too after the match. He screamed in his face. And something that I love about Timmy Lou is that he can be mean and serious. I mean, like it's rare that you see that, but he can do it. And man, he just looked pissed off, and some of his selling was tremendous.
Yeah.
And then he got slapped.
He did. That Hunt guy wasn't going to be like, no, I'm going to shake your hand. That's why he's good, man. He shakes his hand and then slaps the shit out of him, Good stuff. So after that, we had your main event of the evening, and the main event was the title, the Intergalactic Championship match. It's the champion, Arrow Boy. He's just a boy. He's not even a man, defending against Uno Mano, all right, the Mono. And also El Hombre, Larry D, legendary Larry D, Impact Superstar now. Dean, what'd you think about all this?
I liked it. I didn't get my full focus.
No?
My legs were tired. I'm thinking, I'm tired. Larry's gonna win. Hurry up and punch him, Larry.
Yeah, you should have slipped me the piece of paper that said Larry wins with punch, because we knew that was going to happen, right? I mean, this seemed like a logical thing that Larry'd win this title.
Well, I'm gonna go sit in the car. Oh shit, he called it.
Well,
okay, so I thought completely differently.
Yeah, me too. I love this match.
In the same way that I actually didn't know, I in the Impact title match, I didn't know that Aaron was going to lose. I thought they were going to go time limit.
Fair enough.
And in this match, I thought Arrow Boy could win, only for Hunt to turn in and use his title match opportunity that same night.
I gotcha.
So I didn't think it was a giveaway that Arrow Boy was going to lose.
Okay.
And there were spots that it was believable to me that he was going to win.
What's that, Dean?
I just said I would have hated if they would have done time limit draw in there and Williams.
Well, when I was talking to Jeremy about that, and I was like, the only time that that they announce a time limit at Rockstar is when they're going to do a time limit draw. They don't.
They did announce a time limit
They
for
did?
the main event.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I remember picking up on the 60-minute time limit for that and being like, oh, I better not go time limit. So I didn't hear it in the Aaron Williams match, but title matches there are usually 60 minutes.
Fair
so
enough.
that would have.
Well, anyway, I thought this match was fucking amazing. I love this. Larry D's tremendous, and him and Arrow Boy running the ropes and doing all kinds of cool spots together. I fucking love it.
Larry D doing the missed drop kick.
Yeah,
was great.
Yeah, he went for the drop kick, but Arrow Boy's been watching some tape, and so he got out of the way or like stopped, running the ropes, and then later on, Larry paid it off with the drop kick hitting it. There was kind of a destroyer that was super scary because Larry hit the Larry Destroyer and like destroyed himself pretty much. I hope he's okay because he landed right on his dome. That looked terrifying. Gary, what'd you think? Any comments on this match here?
No, I mean it was a really good match. A lot better than what I expected.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know that I'm not the biggest fan of the David and Goliath story.
Okay.
Line, I don't know what it is about Larry. I just feel like he needs to be in the ring with somebody his size. I like when he's in the ring with somebody that can manhandle him. And although Arrow Boy did get him up for a Hispanic letdown,
He did.
It just I don't know. It's like it's the whole thing with Madman Fulton and Nate Wings and Larry and this guy. It's just like, all right, man, Larry could demolish this guy. It's not like this guy's super, super fast where you could almost believe that his speed is actually going to beat Larry's strength.
Well, the other thing too is you got Arrow Boy's kind of no regard for his own health, which is a big part of this match too, where he's like, that's why he's a believable champion to me, because it's not just that he can hit some cool moves and he can do a flip or whatever, it's that he is like going to put it all out there. And there was this cool spot where they were trying to suplex each other over the guardrails, right?
Yeah, that was great.
And eventually Larry just kind of front suplexed him onto the guardrail.
I loved how all of the fans moved out of the way, like, Larry's coming. No, Larry's not coming.
Yeah,
there was a couple good spots. I like the triple jump curb stomp in the corner.
Yeah.
And the single leg drop kick that Arrow Boy did to Larry was right on the button. Hit him right on the chin. I like that a lot too.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, Larry doesn't get a lot of credit for how he sells, but he knows what he's doing, man. He sells like a big guy, and when he gets cracked in the chin like that, it looks amazing, and that was fucking great, man. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. We did have, we forgot to mention this earlier, a little go back, Gary, there for you, Gary.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There was a returning security guard tonight, Dusty, right?
Yeah,
Dustin, and he said hi to us. We hadn't seen him in years. And
it was
so
crazy. We haven't been there, and I said, Dustin's back. And I was like, how long have you been back? He goes, my first week back. And I was like, no way.
That's weird, It's good to see him. So that was fun. So he was the one that was trying to get all the people out of the way, and then no one came to that area, It was like, okay.
He also came to me and goes, I got 2 chairs over here for you guys. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. We're part of a bigger group this time. I really appreciate it. He goes, all right, man.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
It was good to see.
Good guy.
They moved me off the stage for the brawl, too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They kept saying, make a hole. And I was like, you mean get out of the way? I think get out of the way is probably the better way to say that. Make a hole. I'd just be like, making a hole with my arms, Like,
I've heard that before, though. Like, I don't know where, but I've heard the expression before.
Like football, maybe? Like, make a hole, So, anyway. Well, so the finish of the match. Let me see here. So, we were... Okay, so we had Larry wins with a punch. What the fuck am I looking at the notes for?
Right.
We had a couple believable false finishes, though, where Arrow Boy, hit some shit, but he did not win. Larry wins with the punch. The crowd goes nuts. If there was any kind of angles or anything that happened afterwards, we don't know, because we were out the fucking door in the car, and we are now parked outside of Dean's place. Dean, what'd you think of the night?
Good time.
Yeah?
Yeah. The Gem City Rumble is always going to be one of my favorite shows that Rockstar puts on.
Jeremy, your triumphant return to Rockstar Pro and your debut on the road home from wrestling. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I always like Rumble matches. The main event was the match of the night, but I like the AMP title match too. The whole show was great.
Awesome. Gary?
I'm glad I came.
Legendary Gary B?
You know, I had been wanting to go to Rockstar for a little bit. You know, you and I have talked about that because...
We have, yeah.
You know, there was some guys that wrestle at Rockstar exclusively that you don't get to see very often other places. And I wanted to see those guys, and I was very content with what the talent that I got to see tonight.
Awesome.
So.
All right. Well,
and that Sami Callihan match with Aaron Williams, I can't wait for the next one.
What did you think, Andy?
Oh, what? What did I think?
Hey,
wow.
Get your own shit. That's John's shit. He ain't here.
So, well, I thought the show was fun. I sure would have liked to sit down. That would have been awesome. I didn't like standing in the rain for 45 minutes. The wrestlers did an awesome job. You know, I mean, it was really great to see JP in a suit, in the fucking ring, doing his thing, too, because lately he had been doing everything, including commentary, so he was behind us at the last show we went to. So it's really good to see him back. He makes a big difference and makes that place a lot more professional. So, it's good to see everybody. We saw a few people, that we know. The PW Man was in the house tonight. Mr. PW, excuse me. He was in the house. We saw a lot of great people tonight. It was really fun. I'm glad you guys came with me. Dean, you don't do the social media, so Gary, you got that hashtag Fun Muppet?
Yeah, hashtag Fun Muppet. You can follow me on the Twitter if you would like at GLBTWO. Mostly all I do is retweet Andy's tweets, and there's some hip hop and some football, but. Mostly it's just Andy's tweets.
There you go. Jeremy, you do the social media?
I don't really do Twitter, but Instagram, Spalding.Jeremy.
There you go.
Wrestling and museum, mostly.
Yeah, weird museums. So I told you when you're coming up here, we're not going to any fucking museums, all right? And you were very disappointed.
But Cincinnati Firefighters Museum is downtown, and I've heard that museum's pretty good.
All right.
For the next time you're here.
All right. Well, you can follow me at Drews for Tweets. You can follow our show at the Road Home FW. Thank you guys so much for listening.
You're welcome.
Yeah!
Inside this gentle